Why, hello, Your Grace. I trust you've settled in well? We're so glad to have you staying with us for this lovely season. I can't wait for you to see the flowers blooming outside. It's, well, it's normally quite a lonely time of year for my father and I, after the Queen passed away. So, it's great to have some other nobility taking up the empty rooms in the palace. I'm not sure if anyone's offered yet, but I'd be happy to give you a tour of the area if you'd like. Whether you want to check out the nearby town, or if you'd prefer, I can just bring you about the palace. It's completely up to you. Ask a servant to do so? Well, you could, but I'm offering, and I think it would be awfully rude for you to refuse the princess. Isn't that correct? Don't worry, I'm just messing with you. You're free to choose what you'd like to do with your day. Have you seen the royal gardens yet? Or maybe there's something that's not to your liking? How's your room? Is the mattress soft enough? Do you have enough blankets? And how about the pillows? Are they adequately fluffed? Please, if there's anything that I can do to help, just let me know. I take great pride in having wonderful hospitality. My father and I both, as you can imagine. We care quite a bit about the image of both ourselves and our staff. They're trained very, very well, I can assure you. Oh, and if you do notice that one is acting in an unscrupulous manner, please do let me know. I'll take measures to ensure it never happens again. It's been quite a while since we've had guests. To tell you the truth, it's nice to have the palace a bit more lively than usual. Having you and your parents staying with us, well, it's nice to have someone closer to my age to spend time with. As you can imagine, going to stuffy dinners with my father and the nobles, well, it can get tiresome after a while. Sometimes I just want somebody to go for a walk with, and when we talk, it isn't about silly things, you know? Being royalty isn't all it's cracked up to be, that's for sure. How do you find noble life? I mean, obviously you aren't a member of the royal family, but still, your parents are quite rich, and your estate is vast. So you must experience some sort of a similar situation where, people treat you differently. You're forced to interact with boring adults all the time, and you hardly get a moment to yourself. I knew I wasn't alone in this. Being a princess is, well, I don't hate it, don't get me wrong, and I do feel much love towards my kingdom and my people, but sometimes I wish I could just run around with all the farming kids, and we could play tag and hide and seek, and I could get my dresses dirty and muddy. But, of course, my father would yell at me if I were to do anything of the sort. So, sorry to get down there. If you'd like, we can go for a walk. Or, was there something you wanted to check out? Down by the lake? Well, of course. It's been a while since I've played by the lakeside. My governess, she used to take me down there, and she would sit and read a book to me out loud, and have me quote passages back to her, and I'd wade in the shallow waters, step on the slippery rocks, find toads nearby. Those were the days. Well, sorry to get a little nostalgic there. I'd be happy to show you. Now, if you'd like, you can take my arm and I'll walk you down. What do you think? It's gorgeous, isn't it? I especially love the way the sun shimmers off of the surface in the early hours, and as it's setting in the sky. Oh, And the rippling water, just the noises it makes. The little creek that flows nearby. All of the birds and the bugs, the humming in the air. Well, I used to nap here when I was younger, so I guess that tells you all you need to know about how I feel about nature. Do you feel similarly? That's interesting. I'm glad to know we have so much in common. Anyway, let's sit down on the grass here. It's dry and warm, and I hope there aren't too many insects around. I truly hate squishing bugs. I used to cry when I was younger and my governess would squish spiders. Ugh. Every living being deserves love and care. Don't you agree? Well, you have a very interesting perspective, that's for sure. Oh, I can hear the bullfrogs croaking. Isn't that lovely? It's that time of year, after all. Not only will the trees be in bloom, and the flowers sprouting, their beautiful colors all to show, but you'll get to hear nature coming to life after the long, cold winter. It's my favorite time of year. I'm glad to have someone to spend it with this time. Though I do love my father, he's, well, as you can imagine, he's quite busy. And I suppose soon I will be too. He's quite pushy about me and my royal duties and all that. But I'm still young. I'd like to spend more time as a child, you know? It's getting warmer out. That's for sure. It's beautiful. I love watching things spring back into life when the snow melts away. Sorry, did I just say that? I guess I'm, not able to think straight. Well, I guess you could say I'm nervous. Though not for any good reason. I haven't spent so much time with someone my age in quite a few years. Ugh, that reminds me of my cousins. Well, they're from the neighboring kingdom, of course, and they are such brats. I hate having to entertain them. Even though they're close to me in age, they cannot be less mature. But, well, you seem quite nice to be around. Certainly not so frustrating as my cousins. That's very nice of you to say. I'm glad you think I'm mature as well. Though, to be honest, it would be nice just to be childish again, you know? But I guess that's the thing about growing up. Suddenly you're expected to do so much more. Your responsibilities pile up, and you have to grow rapidly. I think about it a lot, you know? What it was like, being a little girl, playing pretend in the woods, running around. And now, having to plan banquets, having to create guest lists, remembering all the intricacies of the kingdom, the economy, the farmland, the harvests. Oh, it's a true headache, I'll tell you that much. I try not to think too much about my mother, but when I'm sitting here, I remember quite clearly when she was still alive. Of course she was a busy woman, but she and my father both would take time out of their schedules just to spend with me, as if we were any other family, you know? They would take me for walks, my hand in each of theirs, swing me around, throw me in the air. I was so small. Oh, I used to have so much fun. Now, well, don't tell my father I said this, but it doesn't feel much like we're a family anymore. I'm simply his understudy, and one day I'll be married off to some prince to take over the kingdom. All this training I'm doing is really not for anything, because at the end of the day, I'll still be second rate to whoever I marry, right? How much easier it would be if I were a boy. But at the same time, I do love being a girl. I don't think I could stand having to wear the silly things that my father's been wearing all these years. The pants and the jackets, ugh, hideous. I love my dresses. I wonder what my father would look like if he wore a dress as well. Oh, he would get quite mad if he heard me saying that, though. Those are not proper things for a princess to think, he'd say. I don't always want to be a proper princess. Sometimes I just want to be a proper teenager. Well, there's still a bit of a chill in the air. Shall we head back to the palace? I'm sure we could find something to eat and snack on, hide away from both our parents. Doesn't that sound nice? I'm glad you have a mischievous spirit as well. I'm so tired of the brats, you know? When it comes to children of nobility, either they're stuck up beyond belief and won't step a toe out of line, or they're spoiled and treat everyone like they're lesser. Ugh. But, well, at least you seem to have a good head on your shoulders. To me, I mean. My father may not agree. But he does seem to like you so far. You and your family are very well-mannered. I hope you don't mind me saying so. Not that I expected anything less, of course. But, well, sometimes he thinks that people my age are, well, you know, irresponsible, got their head in the clouds, not fit for royal life. He says kids these days, they have no idea what responsibility really means. Huh. I think he has no idea what fun and love really mean anymore. That was a bit mean of me. I do think he loves me. And I think he still loves my mother, even though she's passed on. He keeps this painting of her in the bedroom, just where he can look at it right before he falls asleep. I noticed a few years ago, but I didn't say anything. I wouldn't want to embarrass him. I think it would make me quite sad if he took that painting down. Sometimes I like to peer around the door, just so I can see her looking back at me. All right. Come on, shall we sneak into the kitchen? Don't worry, the staff will turn away if they see me. They know better than to try and rat me out to my father. After all, I can make their lives a living hell. Don't worry, I'm just kidding. We're all friends, so they're happy to let me take what I'd like. Would you smell that? Fresh muffins, blackberry scones. And look over there. I think they're making custard pies. That's my father's favorite. We probably should leave those be. But I'll snatch a few scones and muffins. And let's see, is there anything else? Ooh, freshly baked apple tarts. Oh, those are my favorite. Well, it couldn't hurt to grab maybe a handful, or 2 handfuls, or maybe 3. Here, help me carry these. All right, now we have to be careful. We'll sneak over to my room, all right? Just follow me, and don't make a sound. Oh, shh, that's one of the guards. Ugh, I don't like him. He's such a nasty one. Loves to ruin my fun. Rats me out to my father all the time. Here, hide behind this pillar. I think we're in the clear. All right, let's go. Oh, I'm glad we made it. All right, let's dig into our loot now, shall we? I used to steal things from the kitchen when I was little and pretend I was a little pirate and that this was my gold. I mean, I guess when you're as wealthy as the king is, food is more valuable than gold anyway. I love to eat so much. When I'm queen, well, I'll hire an enormous kitchen staff and have them constantly make me the most amazing dishes. Won't that be nice? Have you decided what you want to do with your family's wealth when you grow up? That's a noble idea. No pun intended, though. Well, I guess you should probably head back to your own room now, before someone catches you out with me. And, of course, you don't want to be seen with all those crumbs all over your face. Here, let me clean those off for you. All right, be quiet now. And I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And maybe then we can have some more fun.